northern Italian river valley in the province of Brescia, Lombardy, has been mined for iron ore since the time of the Roman Empire. In 1526, a man by the name of Bartolomeo Beretta founded a successful firearm industry in Gardone, Val Trompia, Italy, becoming one of the oldest and biggest firearm manufacturer in the entire world. Suppliers of every major European war since the 1650s. Now, ever since their first major contract in the 1500s, Beretta has been taking the market by a storm with 8,000 international different designs each year. And in 2026, Beretta will celebrate their 500-year anniversary in firearm making. 1918, Beretta designed the first gravity-fed submachine gun that caught the attention of World War I, World War II, which led Pietro Beretta kidnapping while Hitler regiment occupied the factory. Now, after basically Hitler's death, Beretta was still on the verge of getting the biggest contract of the time by opening a manufacturing company in the USA, Washington, D.C., 1977. Then in 1985, United States Armed Forces finally decided to change the sidearm and adopt the 92FS M9 Beretta 9mm semi-automatic pistol after a 75-year reign with Colt. United States Forces retired the M9 January 19th of 2017 and adopted the P320 that was chosen to replace the sidearm for the M9 92FS. Had a 25-year run for Beretta. Now the action on this model is a semi-auto BB pistol. Caliber 177, make sure you use steel BBs for best performance. Now the sights on this model are pretty much fixed, with a rear notch sight, front blade sight, manual safety, smooth bore, full blowback action, a barrel length of 3.6 inches. This thing could possibly be dangerous at the 300 yards, so make sure you use safety glasses. This thing has a 17-round capacity magazine. Power source is a CO2 capsule with a velocity up to 360 feet per second. Welcome back, YouTubers and airgun enthusiasts. Welcome back to ASR Airstream Rifles quick unboxing. If you're a newcomer, please take the time to like, to subscribe. If not, you'll be missing out on the content. To all my ASR subscribers, I want to thank you so much for your support. Well, guys, here we're kicking off today in this such beautiful day with a blowback model 84FS CO2 BB pistol. That's right, we're going to be unboxing this thing. This thing is really going to be awesome. Enough words, let's go ahead and unbox this thing. All right, so just like every other Umarex product, the owner's operation manual, make sure you read this. It's really important. Shows you how to clean your air gun, how to function it, all the need to knows right here in this pamphlet. Make sure you use pale gun oil. I can't stress that enough. Do not return to the store pamphlet. Your air gun safety rules, finger off the trigger, muzzle pointed in the safe direction, standard stuff. And then we also have other similar models and velocities and distance. All right, let's go ahead and pull this awesome compact pistol out. Nothing else comes in the box. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start from the bottom and work our way to the top with this beautiful model. Notice that the trigger guard is basically squarish, not round, and that indicates that basically this is a 90s model. Now think about it. This was a 90s model, 13 plus rounds, double stack magazine. Beretta was way ahead of its time, because if we look at it today, like the models like the P365, they have a full-size grip with a compact upper. So this model was definitely a concealed firearm of its time. 13 round capacity, whew, that's a lot for a compact pistol. Now let's go ahead and talk about the rest of this pistol. Now if we pull it closer, we can see that the grips are definitely made out of plastic. Now that's not the only thing that's made out of plastic, but we also have a metal magazine release, and the magazine is definitely made out of plastic, partially because it's part polymer and part metal. which is light in somewhat cases and durable on the upper part. Now install your CO2 here, make sure you pierce it, but before you pierce your CO2, make sure you have pellet gun oil. Now we lower the spring to load our ammunition, slide it to the left. It should slide over to the left and lock. All right, there it is, she's locked. And in the BB port, you load up your BBs there, and when you're done, 17 BBs, make sure you use steel BBs. When you hoist this spring up, make sure you walk it up and don't let it slam up, because all your BBs can fall out and then you will have to redo the process, making you work harder and harder. Make sure you add some pellet gun oil right here in the CO2 seal, very important. Slide that back in there. Very awesome, very well done job by Beretta. Now, like I said, the magazine release was no problem to get to. It was made out of metal. We also have a metal trigger. Now, this is serrated, all right? And the reason why they didn't smooth that trigger out with a smooth trigger, so that way your finger will not slip with sweaty hands, rainy day, stuff like that. And that well goes for the slide catcher. The slide catcher is made out of metal, and it has serrations as well. Very nice blowback action feature. And we also have a safety switch that's made out of metal. Plus, the safety is ambidextrous on both sides. Very very nice by Beretta. Right now, I have to say that Beretta is doing an amazing job. Umarex, you're doing an amazing job with models like this. We also have serrations on the metal hammer. That's right, the hammer is made out of metal, and we also have some fixed sights. This is a single action, not a double action. And there she fires. Very awesome, very cool feature. And the barrel is resetted just a tad bit, but very well done job by Beretta. And we also have the takedown lever here, and we also have some serrations on the upper slide. Very beautiful. We also have some serrations for better grip, better purchase of the air pistol on the finger placement on the full size grip. So let's go ahead and take this thing down and show you how that comes apart. All right guys, gonna be showing you how to field strip this awesome product. Let's go ahead. I'm very satisfied with it. So you see, I basically hold this thing with my left hand, all right? And you see this pin here? I push it right through until you see the pin actually activate. Pull that little lever down, and you don't have to keep pushing the pin after this, but just make sure you pull the slide all the way completely back. Don't roughhouse it, all right? And just pull it up and walk it out. Very nice. Just got to remember that there's a spring there. All right. So the same way you take it off, the same way you put it back on, you can go ahead and clean your air gun, clean those parts, whatever you got to do for it to function better. That way it can last you a lot longer. And the way you take it off is the way you put it on. So just make sure that spring feeds in that tongue there. All right. Pull this thing all the way back. Don't be afraid to pull it back. And you're going to see that gap close in just a little bit. All right. Once I pulled it back just a tad bit more, all right, you're probably saying to yourself, okay, she's not sliding forward. Just turn it around. Release your slide catch. Okay, just like that. Turn it back around and push the pin once again to activate your lever spring. All right, she's activated now. She's really good. And either fire or walk your hammer back up. Let's see if it do this. Okay, it's hard to do it with my left hand. And there it is. Very simple, very easy to do. Now, let's go take this thing to the range and see what results we have. All right, guys, time for a little bit of math and a little science all put together. We're gonna be crunching some numbers on the chronograph, the feet per second. Now the box proclaims 360 feet per second. We're gonna be at point blank, 367, 371, 374, 367, and 357. All right, guys, I have the Beretta compact pistol, air pistol, and we have the target set up. We have some fluorescent stones that you're going to be seeing, and it represents 10 steps on each stone. We're going to be taking 8 shots at 10 steps and then 9 shots at 20 steps. That's a total of 17 rounds, all in the Petro Beretta. Let's go ahead and get this party started. So before we start even putting BBs down range, I'm going to show you really quickly how to load this thing. So you take the magazine out, get your CO2 cartridge, make sure you put pale gun oil, pierce it. All right, nice and tight. Get your BBs and start loading them in the loading port. Just like that until they're filled up. All right, 8 shots at 10 steps. Here we go. All right, now we go to 20 steps. All right, that was 9 shots. Let's go ahead and look at the target. All right, guys, Umarex once again seems to impress ASR for the compact size 17 round magazine Umarex Beretta model 84FS. And as you can see, the accuracy is pretty decent, pretty nice, not bad for a compact pistol. This is definitely a go-to all metal pistol. All right, guys, to all my subscribers, you already know what time it is. Time to test out that trigger on the model 84FS Petro Beretta. Just to let you know really quickly, the trigger is basically a single action trigger, not a double action like most Berettas. So just to let you know really quickly what I mean, it doesn't have that second clutch. You have to either stroke the upper or cock back the hammer, either or. So I got the trigger gauge with me. Let's go ahead and turn this bad boy on. Make sure we're at 0. The hammer is cocked back and it's ready to fire. 6.4. Reset that. Cock back the hammer. 6.2. And a 6.6. I will definitely give you my final thoughts towards the end of the video. All right, guys, time to put the Beretta on the scale. All right, here we go. And she's empty. No ammunition, no CO2. She's totally empty. So around close to under 2 pounds with all ammunition and CO2. All right, guys, I'm going to be sharing my final thoughts on this 84FS model from Beretta. So basically, it's very durable, all metal. The only plastics that I basically see are pretty much the grips. That's about it. Everything else on the gun is pretty much made out of metal. Now, it is a full blowback, not a half blowback. It does have a 3.6 inch barrel. We're shooting 17 rounds out of a non-full size, a compact size air pistol. We were kicking about 370 feet per second. The box proclaims around 360, and that's a thumbs up as well when it comes to this product. So as much as the quality, it's a really nice quality air pistol. We have a smooth bore, of course. It is not rifled because it is BB, and we were shooting around 85 BBs. That's 5 magazines in total before your CO2 runs out. So a fairly economic pistol and very moderately accurate. I can't complain much about this pistol other than the trigger. The trigger is not the best of all. It is kind of mushy at the end, and that's it. I mean, it's a long pull, it's got a big wall, and it does not, how can I say this, every shot is surprising, put it that way. So I hope you enjoyed this. I really did enjoy this pistol other than the trigger, but hey, that's just me. What are your thoughts? Please share them down in the comments below. And well, guys, that's it for now. And until next time, God bless each and every one of you. Long live the Republic on ASR.